What is going on, guys? Welcome to Greggles TV Daily, your source for daily tech news. Make sure you subscribe so you know what's going on in the world of tech. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Tomorrow is AEW Double or Nothing, so watch it. It's gonna be an awesome pay-per-view for wrestling. Hopefully you're a wrestling fan. Beyond that though, we've got some interesting stories today, two actually, and a handful of questions, so let's dive into the tech news. First, our first story of the day has to do with the Pixel 6 and 6 Pro, or the successors for this, if you want to call them that, the Pixel 7 and Pixel 7 Pro, and what to expect with the, let me open this up, displays of this phone, because one of my pain points with the Pixel 7 and 7 Pro is that it doesn't get overwhelmingly bright like a Samsung phone, to the point where you bring this outdoors, even when you have it at max brightness, it's pretty hard to see, at least for me. If you're young and get really vibrant eyes, you might be absolutely fine. But for me, the halfway point of power with brightness on this is very underwhelming, and then even when you push it all the way up indoors, completely fine at that point. But I usually have to keep this at 80% to even make it feel like it's at the 40 to 50% range of what a Samsung phone can do. I just love the brightness of Samsung phones. Without further ado, let's talk about what we learned today. Now, this is coming out of 9 to 5 Google. You can tell from the headline where it says the Pixel 7 and 7 Pro poised to use the same displays as the Pixel 6 series with slight tweaks. And ultimately what they go on to say is that the display sizes will remain the same, as will they keep the 120 hertz refresh rate. They don't talk about the brightness, unfortunately. So I'm thinking it's probably going to be the same at the end of the day. It's probably going to be the same exact brightness as this, is my guess. I hope I'm dead wrong, but it won't surprise me, just because of the fact of the history of Pixel phones. They've always been kind of dim displays, unfortunately. Now, to add on to that, they're adding some kind of 1080p mode. They don't know exactly, even though like the Pro version will have a 1440p display, they're also adding a 1080p mode to it, so that potentially it can conserve battery maybe when it goes into low power settings or something like that. I know Samsung phones can already change resolution down to 1080p. Beyond that, it's probably going to be mostly software tweaks to the display itself. It's seemingly though the same displays. So if you didn't like the display on the Pixel 6 and 6 Pro, you're most likely getting a almost identical display on the 7 and 7 Pro. The display doesn't bother me at all the way it looks or anything. It's real, which I guess this is the way it looks, but the brightness is just so bad for me. So I'm hoping they fix that or increase it somehow, but that remains to be seen. But remember, the Pixel 7 and 7 Pro should launch in October. Next up is about Galaxy phones. So go into your Galaxy app store, look for updates, and download the latest photo editor. So the photo editor is built into the Gallery app. So go into, after you download it and get it all updated, go into your Gallery app, because they added 2 new features, and find a photo you want to edit. So click into the photo, tap the photo, hit the pencil at the bottom, hit the 3 dots at the bottom right, click Object Eraser. Now, Object Eraser isn't new, but now we have Erase Shadows and Erase Reflections. Those have been updated or are new in there. So when you tap on a photo, if I hit Erase Shadows, it erases the shadows, kind of makes everything brighter. Hopefully that popped for you a little bit right there. Very easy. You can hit the back button if you don't like it. You can also erase reflections. So it's going to take out, I noticed one of the reflections here, it didn't take out the whole reflection, so it's not perfect, but it does do some cool stuff in there. So try those 2 new features out on your Galaxy photo editor within the Gallery app. It's a free update, and check it out, guys. There you guys go. Your question of the day is, are you looking forward to the Pixel phones at all? If so, why? Let me know in the comments down below. I like their phones. Don't get me wrong, I think their phones are fantastic. If they can get the brightness right and come up with a foldable phone finally, I'll be a super happy camper. But generally, I love these phones. It's my daily, not my daily phone, but my phone that when we go on a trip, this is definitely the phone, backup phone we always take to take amazing photos. So check it out. Without further ado, let's jump into the Q&A portion of the video and drop that boom! First question of the day comes from Maldo007. Do you have phone numbers for every phone you review, or do they work over Wi-Fi? Now I have phone numbers for every phone. I just did a video on how to set up a family plan with Mint Mobile. So they were kind enough to actually send me over 4 SIM cards. So I'll be doing more videos on Mint. I'll do a full review again. But I just did how to set up a family plan. So yes, right now, the 5 phones I have currently all have phone numbers. Willie D says, hey Greggles, can you do a front screen only comparison of the Z Fold 3 and Vivo X Fold, showing the differences in screen size while texting, view pictures and videos? That is a great idea, yes. Willie D, I will add that to my list of videos of the Vivo X Fold and Z Fold 3. Just the front screens, yes, definitely. Cali Boy Kev says, I got my S22 Ultra. What do you like about the Google messages? What's the difference between the Samsung standard messages and the Google messages? For me, it was really just, at one point RCS was built into, I think Samsung messages have RCS now, but it was RCS. That was one of the things. And then the other things, I just like being in the Google ecosystem. I like, even though Samsung messages got backed up to the Samsung Cloud, I liked that the Google ones were as well, backed up to the Google Drive. I don't know, I guess I don't really, I'm trying to think, there was something else. I think I just liked the way it looked and felt at the time too. It felt a little bit different, because I made this change years ago. And our last question from Lionel Sincerios says, hey Greg, do you think in the feature that Samsung will improve battery life close to iPhone, if not better? No. I don't think, I know some people will get amazing battery life and have better battery life maybe than anybody on an iPhone. Me personally have always gotten better battery life on an iPhone versus a Samsung phone. The only time I get really good battery life on a Samsung phone is when I turn on power savings mode, which dumbs down the notifications, which I believe darkens the screen a little bit. It turns down the processing power, and like, why should I have to do that at the end of the day? So kind of annoying, but no, I don't think it will personally. Thanks for your questions. If you have a question, leave it in the comment down below with the first word being question, and we'll answer it in tomorrow's video. Have a great day, and we'll see you down the road. Peace.